Well, good morning. Thank you for joining us for yet another episode of Travels with Bart. Today we're at a place called Wat Bang Riang, also known as Wat Rat Upotam. And actually we're not far from Wat Bang Tong, which you may remember a few weeks ago. That's the one with the really tall golden tower. That's just down the road here, except that's in Krabi province, and today we're just across the border in Phang-nga province, just to confuse you. And by the way, if you hadn't noticed, I'm putting the GPS coordinates of all the places we go in the description area down there. You know where it is. So this is a very big place. You can see behind me just a small part of this whole complex. And it's spread out through the hills that way for 2 or 3 kilometers. And I have a feeling we won't see it all today, so I think this is going to get spread out over 2 episodes. And also, sorry to say, there's very little information available out at the place, although it's very attractive and it's well worth looking at. But I can't find anything either here or online, so as I wander around, I'm going to do my best to see if I can find some information. But first of all, behind us is what I think must be the oldest building in the whole complex. It's the Ubosot. And that's usually abbreviated to BOT. So let's go take a look. It's a little bit different. Okay, so from here you can see that the Ubosot, or BOT as it's normally known as, is actually on a boat. And the boat is in a moat. So I guess you could say it's a BOT on a boat in a moat. Although you wouldn't say that, would you? Okay, so we'll just have a walk down here. And there is a little bridge, which we're about to see, so we can cross over. And unfortunately, as is quite common, the Ubosot is locked, so I can't show you inside, but we can take a walk around the outside. I can see from here that a lot of the buildings are being renovated or have been renovated. I hope this one's next because it could use a lick of paint. So from here you can see some of the other buildings that I mentioned. If I pick the camera up over the wall, that one's looking quite resplendent. And from here we can walk back across the other side of the moat. I know those are not the other buildings that I said you should look at. Those are a couple of kilometers up the road, so. So we'll just go across the other side of the moat and we'll jump back in boat and head off up into the hills. And as we get to here, I think you might be able to see those 3 Buddha statues up there, or maybe you can't, but I'll just turn in here. And we'll do a quick U-turn, or maybe even a slow U-turn. And you can just see them there on the hillside. Not exactly sure why they're there, I think just for decoration. Anyways, you've seen them now, so we'll keep going up the hill, see what else we can find. And what we find is a huge open area, which is probably big enough for 20 buses and 50 cars, but as usual, there's absolutely nobody here. And what you can't tell from here, until I do another U-turn, is that there is something up the hill here. So we will go up the hill and take a look. Except I don't think they're going to let us park there. Oh, maybe they are. Maybe they are. See if we can find somewhere here. not that side. Maybe this side. So this is the main Chedi here at Wat Rat Upatam, and I confess I haven't actually been in this building. I've been up here before. I can't remember, maybe it wasn't open, but I hope it's open today. I think it's worth seeing inside. So we'll just take a wander around to what I think is the front and see if we can get in. It's certainly looking very nice in this bright shiny sun. Oh, and there's a security camera looking at us, looking at them. It's a rather nice breeze up here on the hill, which there wasn't down below at the Ubosot. It was very hot down there. So let's have a look. No, I think it's closed. I think we're out of luck. Well, we're supposed to take off our shoes, but we can't actually go in. Okay, and here we are back at Bart. So I think, thanks to not being able to go inside there, we can probably wrap this one up in one episode rather than two. And before we leave here though, we will just take a look at the fantastic view over the end here. So there we have Kuan Yin Statue, and over there a beautiful golden Buddha, and we're going to go to those places next. I think you'll agree the scenery is pretty spectacular here. Okay, so that certainly didn't work as planned, but there's plenty more to see. We'll just head down the hill here. There's no shortage of hills in this place. All the way down through the two naga snakes with their big heads at the end. What are they? 5-headed nagas. Back into the open area where there is actually a minibus with real tourists. Goodness me, real tourists. And it looks like from here that the road ends, but the road doesn't end. It just falls off the edge of a cliff here. Whoa! Fasten your seatbelts. Tray tables in the upright position. Okay, take off. And I can assure you this is going to be great fun to get back up, because there's a lot of slippery leaves here which are going to cause problems. Oh yes, a lot of slippery leaves. Okay, you'll definitely need your seatbelt fastened when we come back up. I think we have a couple more hairpin bends. Maybe only one. And we have to do another really tight hairpin left here. To sneak up behind the Kuan Yin statue. So we'll just abandon Bart here and we'll go out and take a look. Right, if we just wander down here, you might wonder where we're going. Doesn't look too exciting, does it? However, when we round the corner here, which we're going to do right now, we can see back up to the Chedi, I think, up the steps where we were just a couple of minutes ago. Yeah, if I wander a little bit further over here. Okay. There's the Chedi right at the top there. So that's where we just drove from. And then if I swing around, not too quickly because you might just have finished your breakfast, we can find the Kuan Yin statue that we could see before. And that's about it, I think. We'll wander back to boat. Well, we can have a quick look at the Goddess of Mercy from the side while we're here. There we go, we've done that now. Okay, so we can let Kuan Yin get a bit of peace and quiet, and we'll head off to that big Buddha statue that we could see before. But not before going down another insanely steep hill, which at the moment I can't even see. Oh yeah, there it is. Okay, we are going the right way. No idea where I'm supposed to park or if I'm supposed to park, but there's a bit of shade over there, so we'll just zoom into that little gap there. Okay, well, we've parked alongside, so we can look at lots of elephants, and we can look at the side of the Buddha, and then we can wander around the front. And we'll head back to boat and we'll head up that scary hill. And we'll go down another hill. And finally we get back to the big open area where there's actually tourists. So after our little adventure coming up the hill with lots of tire smoke, we're pretty much back where we started. The Ubosot and the boat and the moat is over at the back there, and some of the main buildings here. We've been up the hill to visit the Chedi, which I can just see here. We've seen the 3 Buddha statues, the big Buddha, the Kuan Yin, and that's about it for today, I think. So please don't forget to subscribe, and we'll see you next week. So it's goodbye from Bart, and it's goodbye from me, and that's it. Goodbye.